If someone had told me 5 years ago what I know now, it would have saved me a whole load of drama. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I can't believe I'm actually doing this. I'm finally ready to lay it bare. For just over 4 years, I've been working on a media production company in Congo, in both Kinshasa and also Brazzaville. And to be honest guys, it has not been a walk in the park. My channel is going to be about my journey as a young female entrepreneur in Africa. Okay, so I'm just going to talk about my past experience because I've been on this journey for just over 4 years. So I'm going to tell you the good, the bad and the absolute ugly, and also bring you on to the journey that's continuing. Okay, so I'm just about to end my 1 year maternity leave and I'm ready to go back into work now, and I've just got so much to share. Okay, my channel's basically going to be my own experience, everything I've seen, everything I've heard and everything I've experienced. My videos, I believe, are going to be more relatable for millennials and also Africans of the diaspora. Okay, so for example, those that were born away from the countries that they originate from, or those that left the motherland at a very young age and are thinking of going back to work or going back to start projects or businesses. Okay, so these are going to be my personal tips. So my first tip is go back. Now you're probably saying duh, but yeah, literally go. I've had people come up to me with absolutely amazing ideas, and you know, Hilary, I think I should do this, and you know, from what I've heard, I think this will be really good idea in Kinshasa or whatever country it is. And I'm just like, okay, so when was the last time you've been? And they're like, okay, I've never been, or you know, I was there 10-15 years ago. So it's like, okay, it's an absolutely amazing idea and it could work, but what's your personal conviction based on if you haven't even been? So make sure you are going there. I was born in Belgium, grew up in England. The first time I actually went to Africa was when I was 21. Okay, so make sure you go. So when I went back, that's when I realized, okay, this is the place I want to be. I've seen so many problems and I believe that I can bring solutions. I was just like, okay, yeah, I want to fix this, I want to fix that, I want to fix that. And it was just like, okay, this is where I want to be. Make sure that it's the place for you. Okay, are you going to be able to cope being in Africa, let alone working, let alone building a business in Africa? Okay, are you going to be able to deal with the mosquito bites? Are you going to be able to deal with the power cuts? Are you going to be able to deal with a whole load of issues? Africa can be overwhelming, especially for those that weren't born there. You have to make sure that's a place where you believe you're going to fulfill destiny. Okay, you believe that, okay, my purpose has driven me here. Also, very important, make sure you are going frequently. When I first started off, I ensured that I was in Congo for 2 to 3 times a year. It can get a lot, okay? So make sure you're going back, make sure you're going back frequently, and also make sure you're going back for a lengthy amount of time. When you're starting off, and if you definitely want to build a business, you want to build something of substance and you really want to establish something concrete, being in Africa for 2 to 3 weeks for me isn't enough time. I'm going to explain in another video why I believe it's very important to spend a lengthy amount of time, simply because, for example, in England what can take you a day, probably in Africa is going to take you 2.5 weeks. Okay, so yeah, make sure 1, you go back, 2, make sure you're going back frequently, and 3, make sure you're going back for a lengthy amount of time. My second top tip is have faith. You have to be totally convinced, okay, that your idea, your project, your business is going to work, because people can be extremely discouraging, especially if it's an idea of innovation. If you're doing something different or you're doing something new, it's gonna take a long time and it's gonna be hard for you to get people on board. You're gonna go into a territory where people are stuck in their ways, people are stuck in their mindset, and if it is that you're trying to break borders or break barriers, it's going to be difficult. You need to persevere, you need to be determined. I remember amongst the first few meetings I had one of my uncles that was like, Hilary, you need to pack your bags and go back to London. The idea is absolutely amazing. You're such a clever and ambitious young lady, but this is not the place for you. And for us to now get to the point where he's so supportive, it's because he saw my determination, he saw my hard work, okay? So you need to put the hard work, and you need to convince people that one, you're here to stay, and two, your idea is going to work. So you have to be passionate about it. You have to believe that what you're trying to do is going to work. There's so many people that are going to try and discourage you. So many people are going to put you down. So many people are going to be extremely patronizing, but you have to show them that you mean business. Don't give up. It's not going to happen overnight. Champions are made after the season of pain. My third top tip is network. It's all about who you know, point blank, period. For example, here in England, it's all about what you know. It's all about your intellectual capacity, your qualifications, your work experience. But in Africa, it's all about who your mum is, who your dad is, what's your family name, where you guys live, who your friends are, where you hang out with, okay? Make sure you know the right people for your industry. For example, I'm in the media and the entertainment industry. I know all the vital people, especially in Congo. Whether you're trying to go back and do agriculture or finance or software development, whatever field of work you're trying to go into, make sure you know the key people that can orientate you. Also, nurture relationships. Relationships is what's going to carry you through, okay? Know the right people and nurture those relationships, okay? You won't be able to do it by yourself. You need a support system. Find your tribe and thrive. Okay, so my last and final tip for this very video is your attitude, okay? Your attitude is extremely important. For Africans of the diaspora, make sure you're not going back with the whole attitude of I'm from London and I'm from wherever. No, make sure you're humble and make sure you are likable, okay? It's gonna be a bit strange in terms of mindsets, perspectives, how people think, how people do things. But you need to understand, if that's where you want to dwell, if that's where you want to establish yourself and your business, you need to adapt. So make sure when you're going back, you've got the right attitude, okay? So that's it for my very first video. There's a lot more videos coming up, and I'm going to be going into a lot more details about different topics. Make sure you drop a comment below. Tell me what else you want to see. Tell me about your personal experience. Share your top tips. Make sure you share for all those that you know want to start a business in Africa. Make sure you like, you comment, and let's build a community of young African entrepreneurs. Let's share our experiences, let's share our knowledge, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.